Out of the Outer Banks of North Carolina to Akron, Ohio, and a return that night with a blowout Eaglemania show in between. It's another episode of Life in the Fast Lane. I'm John Weisswasser, pilot and drummer for Eaglemania. Follow me as I explore the practical use of general aviation while I travel the country with the world's greatest tribute to the Eagles. This is Life in the Fast Lane. This episode of Fastlane follows the band as we travel to Jackson, Ohio to play at the Jackson Amphitheater, a large outdoor venue with capacity for several thousand in July of 2021. The day called for a 4 p.m. sound check and a 7:30 p.m. show, which meant we might be finished a little earlier and offered the possibility of returning that night. The choice of destination airports was easy. Akron Cannon Airport, a large Class C field with a good FBO and services and lots of approaches, was only a 7-mile, 15-minute drive from the venue. I would be departing out of Manteo, North Carolina, which was 407 nautical miles away. As I always do, I analyzed how long it would take to drive or to use alternate means of transportation and determined the specific time that I had to make a fail-safe go, no-go decision so that I would arrive on time. In this case, the drive would take all day, 9 hours. The other alternative would be to fly commercial from Norfolk, Virginia, and there were several lengthy connecting flights to do that. Or I could always leave the night before. So this meant that I really had to make a decision the day before. Given the time of year, early July, I was not as concerned as I would have been if this were planning in September or October with the possibility of East Coast hurricanes, or even in the winter months with the potential blizzard conditions that occasionally crop up. Knowing that I could always leave the night before kept me from obsessively checking windy or the long-range forecasts on ForeFlight. Getting right into it, the prog chart for 8 a.m. the day of showed a line of weather to the west that was forecast to slowly move eastward as the day progressed. For the morning hours at least, I could count on some protection from a weak high-pressure area over the Ohio Valley, with the threat of thunderstorms staying to the southwest of my route. I definitely wasn't going to leave the night before, but I also wasn't going to wait until the afternoon to leave either. METARs early the morning of the show were VFR at Manteo and VFR with some surrounding early morning summer scud around Akron. The Elizabeth City TAF, the closest to Manteo, called for VFR all day and into the night in case I wanted to fly back after the show. Akron was similar, with no mention of storms in the forecast. The icing and the turbulence forecast were both pretty much unremarkable. Pilot reports just yielded some turbulence encounters at altitudes mostly much higher than the flight level 300 that I was going to file for. As far as the forecasted convective activity, the bottom panel is the ECF-TCF, and the top is the Graphical thunderstorm forecast. Look at the difference in terms of the granularity of information. I'm convinced that the ECF-TCF is pretty much useless, and let me know in the comments if you think I'm wrong. Either way, it was clear that leaving earlier was better. And looking ahead to the evening for a possible return, that wasn't out of the question either. NEXRAD showed all the activity that was already building at 7 a.m. to the west and southwest. So I packed up, filed for an 11 a.m. departure out of Manteo at flight level 300, and headed to the airport.
Okay, yaw damper on. Check for 125 knots. I'll stick it in filch mode. We're still hand flying. And we're right to 270 up to 4,000. Been a little bit of rudder trim.
Tower Walker 06 Victor Southeast ramp. Reposition to the terminal.
Walker 06 Victor straight ahead across all runways. Proceed as requested.
06 Victor, straight ahead, proceed as requested.
For 92 Delta Alpha contact, departure, good day.
Departure so long, 9 Delta Alpha. Cherry Point departure meridian 929 Delta Alpha is 1,300, climbing 4,000, 270 sign.
9 Delta Alpha radar contact 10 miles southwest of Manteo and maintain 10,000 feet. What's your on-course setting to Hotel Papa Whiskey?
On course is 330 and up to 10,000, 9 Delta Alpha.
November 9 Delta Alpha, proceed on course.
Okay, direct hope ball, thank you, 9 Delta Alpha. Cleared up to flight level 230. I had to ask. He had me at 10,000 feet for the longest time, and I just don't like to ask for higher because I know they're busy. But asked him any chance for higher, and his response was, "What's your requested altitude?" Which is odd because it's right in front. Should be right in front of him.
573, you can contact Newman News Tower 18.7. Have a good day.
We've been given, I think, a paper stop at flight level 230. Washington Center, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, 16,500 climbing 230 direct Hopewell.
Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, Washington Center, roger. Alpha, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Flight level 290, 9 Delta Alpha. We're in the climb up to flight level 290, and it's a hot summer day. So the outside air temperature right now at 28,000 is minus 23, which is pretty warm. It's actually on the ISA scale, it's plus 17. And so we're limited how much torque we can use by the temp. So we're temperature limited right now. As you get higher, the air gets thinner, the engine burns hotter, and it's not good to run it above 770 degrees, because it would be in the yellow. So right there, it's going to flag me on that, so I just got to keep pulling the torque back to keep it below 770.
Contact Washington Center on 121.87.
121.87, 9 Delta Alpha. Washington Center, good morning, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, flight level 290, smooth ride.
Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, Washington Center, good morning, climb maintain level 300.
Flight level 300, 9 Delta Alpha. The cabin pressurization algorithm is set to be less than 10,000 feet when the outside, the actual altitude is 28,000 feet. RVSM enables us to fly to 30,000 feet, and which means that the cabin pressurization algorithm goes above 10,000 feet. As a general alert, it lets you know when the cabin altitude is above 10,000 feet. So it's just sort of annoying. It's a minor annoyance that it'll start flagging when it's at the cabin is above 10,000 feet, which we expect when the actual altitude is 30,000.
Yeah, we'd like to try 31 if we could. 35.
That's what that is.
Okay, sure.
Now, we're still kind of running kind of warm, but we're no longer in a climb. I'm going to pull the power back.
Thank you.
I'm going to pull that back until the inner turbine temperature is at 740, which is what Pratt recommends for continuous use. North Center, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, flight level 300, occasional light.
929 Delta Alpha, Washington Center, good morning.
We're flight level 300. I'm on oxygen because a prolonged period of time above 10,000 feet. It's my little oxygen generator, very useful. Just looking ahead, there's this little area of clouds that I can see beneath them, and I can see beyond them. I'm not going to deviate around it or anything. You'll see how we do. The outside air temperature is minus 33, so I don't expect to accumulate any ice.
Southwest 394,
My only area of concern is there have been so many reports of turbulence at this altitude, so we're currently about 40 minutes out, so we're going to start descending pretty soon anyway. And just looking ahead, there's some showery activity just off to the west, part of a larger system that we hope is going to stay off to the west over the course of the day. I don't think it's going to be a factor for this flight, but definitely for tonight's flight, how this whole area evolves right here. And if that moves down and sort of stalls over here is what I'm hoping.
9er Delta Alpha, contact Cleveland Center 125.42.
12542, 9 Delta Alpha, so long. Cleveland Center, good morning, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, flight level 300, occasional light.
Number 929 Delta Alpha, Cleveland Center, good afternoon. Squawk 7432.
7432, 9 Delta Alpha.
Akron Kit and Tower Information Foxtrot 1551 Zulu observation. Wind calls, visibility 10. Q-flaps 2500. Altimeter 3010. ILS approach runway 23, departing runway 23.
Okay, so winds are calm. They're using ILS 23. Go ahead and get that configured. We're currently descending out of flight level 300 for flight level 240. Just briefing the ILS to runway 23. It's 3,000 on the outside, and then cross egg at 3,000, and the bottom is at 1426. That in here?
Forgot Center 3011.
108.3, we have that in. The mist is a climb to 2,500 left turn direct up to 3,000. BSV, VOR, Briggs VOR to enter a hold. Okuga, which is the initial fix, 13 miles from the runway, we could expect catch the side slope at 4,900 feet. Base that on the fact that it's 13 times 3, which is 39, plus another 1,000 for touchdown zone elevation. So we'll take any altitude below that, whatever they assign, to give us a nice long stabilized approach. Okay, we've been cleared down to 4,000 and we've been assigned a heading. I'm going to go ahead and activate vectors to final. The airport in sight. And he's put us on a vector to runway 23. I find having this so useful, especially in an airport like this that I've never flown to before with multiple runways.
714, fly heading
Okay, we've just been
vector for Akron arrival,
cleared down to 3,000
500.
and cleared for the visual to runway 23.
Over 9 Delta Alpha. Before I let you go, traffic currently 1 o'clock, 10 miles, opposite direction, sky lane out of 3.6 for 4.5.
Okay, negative contact, looking for that traffic, 9 Delta Alpha.
Meridian 9 Delta Alpha, that traffic will be no factor. You can contact tower 134.75. You guys take care.
Okay, over to tower, thanks for your help, 9 Delta Alpha. Tower, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha is left base, visual 323.
November 902, 9er Delta Alpha, Tower runway 23, clear land, wind 040 at 3.
Clear land 23, 9 Delta Alpha. Okay, manual lights. We got 20 degrees of flaps, 3 green, and 0. Third notch of flaps, 3 green.
Minimums.
Landing.
Not only is this a brand new venue, so this is the first time people are getting to see it, but we can tell people are excited to get back outside and experience something like this since last summer was kind of a lost cause. So yeah, it's double whammy where we've got the excitement from it being a new venue, and then also people are just ready to go see some live music.
Got it.
Ticket-wise, we're doing pretty good. Today we've got about 1,500 already, expecting
great.
even more. So.
This was one of those blowout outdoor shows in the heartland that Eaglemania is particularly adept at.
A summer concert series, which are paid shows for our bands that are a little bit bigger and that we're even more excited about.
When a township is willing to transport the band this far, you know the venue and the crowd aren't going to disappoint, and this show was no exception. We got lucky in that the weather totally held up and seemed to skirt us all together.
The word is that there's 3,000 people out there waiting to rock to some Eagles. That's right. And I can't wait. That's the word.
That night, we were once again graced by Jake Gector, John's son, on bass. And like every other show, we're always tweaking our performance.
Yeah. How's that playing and singing together?
That one's not too bad.
Okay. Obviously, the priority is the bass. So
Right.
if even if you don't want to sing it all tonight, just even like
So
to
the
go over the
bass,
parts in your
not the
head
bass,
while you're
not the
playing.
vocals.
But
Okay.
yeah, whatever you feel comfortable
Yeah.
doing is what you should do.
Yeah, that's my main.
Yeah. Well, we've done it before
is-
with just the three of us, and it's not going to sound bad. It's just, it'll sound a little bit empty.
Yeah.
But I'd
It'll
rather.
sound bad if you drop it out of the bass, though.
Yeah.
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 Or,
Figure out your vocal
or
cords.
sound
really empty if you drop out of the bass.
And when we get faced with an unexpectedly large audience, and one that is really energized and excited by the music, we simply can't help but deliver an over-the-top performance. This show embodied what Eaglemania is best at. For the flight back, the first question to answer is always whether or not I'm up to it. This was an earlier show, ending about 45 minutes earlier than we ordinarily do. But that said, I always have the band get me a hotel room. The default is always to stay the night and go back in the morning. But if I had to lay out 3 criteria for when I'm willing to fly back after a show, they would be, number 1, I have to feel relatively well rested and clear-headed. 2, the flight has to be less than 2 hours and I have to arrive before 1 a.m. And 3, the weather, particularly on arrival, has to be VFR with no significant en route challenges. This particular night satisfied all of these criteria, as you'll see, and I knew I could be airborne for the 1 hour and 45-minute flight in about 45 minutes from leaving the stage. Akron was good VFR with some high scatter and 10 miles visibility. Dare County was reporting 2310 with all the other surrounding stations clear, including First Flight, which is about 5 miles to the north. TAFs were also both encouraging. Akron was calling for VFR conditions with the possibility of light rain showers. And Elizabeth City, the nearest station reporting TAFs, which was 40 miles to the northwest, was calling for straight VFR all night. There was little as far as icing at my filed altitude of flight level 290. And the turbulence forecast was similarly benign. The graphical forecast for convection painted all the storms well south and west of my route. There was 1 or 2 PIREPs for icing in the mid-20s, but I knew based on my route going into Dare County that I would be given a straight descent rather than a stepwise descent, which might put me in the ice for an extended period of time. The NEXRAD loop showed some rain showers here and there, and one cell that I needed to keep an eye on that was moving east but rapidly dying out. So, as soon as I got off stage, I updated my weather briefing, filed for a 10:45 p.m. departure, and headed straight for the airport.
Ready 9 Delta Alpha, contact Cleveland departure, good night.
Departure, thanks for your help, 9 Delta Alpha. Cleveland departure, ready 929 Delta Alpha is 2100, climbing 3000, runway heading.
Turner 29er Delta Alpha, Cleveland departure, radar contact, coming maintain 8,000, proceed direct brakes.
8,000 and direct brakes, 9 Delta Alpha.
November 9er Delta Alpha, Cleveland Center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Flight level 230, 9 Delta Alpha. All right, 5,000 up to flight level 230.
429.5 across Getty at 230.
So we're going in and out of some clouds here. I have the upheat and stall heat on. It's -5 outside, and base light on.
535, guys.
Oh, no accumulation, but we're going to keep it on. Cleveland Center, good evening, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, flight level 208, climbing flight level 290.
929 Delta Alpha, Cleveland.
We're at flight level 290.
American 2440, level 390.
And I'm just looking at this little area here. It's my only concern being whether or not these buildups extend all the way up to this altitude, which...
807, contact Cleveland 119.72.
The tops of these cells before, they were only up to about flight 250, so I don't think so, but being vigilant.
807, contact Cleveland 119.72.
And
1872, Delta 807, good night. American 2440, if you want to take a look at the other...
probably going to be a little bit of chop
for you. Be
over that.
Bravo, Sierra, Victor.
Do have the radar on, so just for practice.
American 2440, what is the arrival that you're recommending?
Washington Center, good evening, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, flight level 290, smooth ride.
November 929 Delta Alpha, Washington Center, good evening.
So I know...
Yep, for United 1520, you got it, 2187.
The winds at Dare County are favoring runway 230 at 6, and so I've configured flight director to fly the RNAV to 23, the Jumit slow approach fix, and the nice thing about that is that it will allow me, when I get a little closer, I'll ask to go direct to Jumit. That will keep me out of the way of this little cell. Norfolk approach, good evening, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, flight level 230, PD to 17,000.
9 Delta Alpha, Norfolk approach, roger, Norfolk altimeter is 3006.
06, 9 Delta Alpha.
20 at 7, visibility 10, clear, low 12,000, temperature 26 Celsius. Dew point 23, altimeter 3007, debark.
Cherry Point approach, good evening, Meridian 929 Delta Alpha is 8,600 down to, descending to 5,000, request direct Jumit for the RNAV 23 to Manteo.
Meridian 929 Delta Alpha, Cherry Point approach, roger, altimeter 3008, proceed direct to Jumit for the RNAV 23 and expect no delay.
Okay, great, direct Jumit, thank you, 9 Delta Alpha. Okay, so just reviewing the procedure. RNAV to 23 at Manteo. Commit to the initial approach fix. Be 2,200 feet to Tallow.
39 Delta Alpha, cross Jumit at or above 2,200, clear for the RNAV 23 approach to Manteo.
Okay, at or above 2,200 at Jumit, cleared for the approach, 9 Delta Alpha. Oh, at Tallow, we're 11 miles out. That means we can cross the glide path 3,300 feet or below to intercept it. That'll provide for a nice stabilized approach. Since he's cleared us at or above 2,200, I'm going to fly this leg at 3,000, and then we'll cross Tallow, pick up the glide path, and the bottom is at 332. The miss is a climb to 600, right turn direct to Norton and hold. Okay, we're now about 2.5 miles from Tallow. just slow down a little. And now we're turning. We're going to expect that the glide path is going to be just maybe a dot above where we are. We are now inbound on that leg, and it's announcing the LPV minima.
Meridian 9 Delta Alpha, change to advisor frequency is approved. Report cancellation of IFR. This frequency does work on the ground.
But we'll cancel on the ground, thank you. Over to advisories, 9 Delta Alpha. Okay, we have runway lights. Glide path is alive. We're going to slow down. Okay, it's now capturing. Gears coming down. Good. Okay, we're below flaps 2. Flaps 2. Manual, lights. We have taxi and landing light. Right, 20 degrees of flaps, 3 green, 0 on the pressurization, and we have runway lights. Now, I know from having landed here before that the glide path is not coincident with the visual glide path indicator. So what we're going to plan on doing is, as we get really close to the bottom, I'm going to level it off a little bit, and we pick up the vet. So about 1,500 feet from the bottom. About 5 miles from the runway. Last notch of flaps. I'm coming off. And just a little high.
500.
Be green.
Minimums.
Ending. Great. And Cherry Point, approach Meridian 929 Delta Alpha is on the ground, and I can cancel.
Meridian 9 Delta Alpha, roger, after cancellation received. Have a good night.
You too, thank you.